nervous here. So November 7th, 2012. Dear community, it has been 10 years since I graduated from college as an undergraduate student. In reflection, I never thought that I would be standing here at an Asian American Studies banquet as an administrator of the University of Pennsylvania and director of an Asian American Community Center. 10 years I was successful as a student leader within the Asian American community on my campus, and some might say in the country. I received praises from Asian American media for my work as a student activist and gained as a reputation for producing results and overcoming impossible challenges. Back then, I and many others worked around in educating our Asian American and non-Asian American peers of the importance of community, empowerment, identity, and collaboration. Some of the initiatives that were pushed forward by my generation included addressing anti-Asian violence, racist t-shirts by Abercrombie & Fitch, and a need for Asian American Studies and Asian American Community Centers on our campuses. And by the way, my generation also includes those students that advocated for Asian American Studies and the Pan-Asian American Community House here at Penn. In reflection, I know that I and all of my friends back then received guidance and had mentors. I can remember when I was the president of the Asian American Student Union, when a faculty member of the Asian American Studies program came up to me and introduced herself, gave me her business card, and told me that she was there to help. I followed up with her and emailed her, and since then I came to learn the importance of Asian American Studies and doing educational programming when it comes to doing significant work in the Asian American community. Not only did I come to learn about how the Vietnamese Americans came to the US as refugees, how Indian Americans broke barriers in obtaining college degrees during a time when it was uncommon, how Filipinos were the first Asian Americans to set foot in the Americas, how Native Hawaiians were displaced from their homes in the same fashion as other Native Americans, how Chinese Americans helped build the first American transcontinental railroad, and how Japanese Americans were placed in intern camps during World War II. I grew to find that these people shared my generation's hopes and dreams in being successful by establishing a strong collective network and voice. This process also taught me why it is important to do community work in our respective ethnic communities, but also work together as Pan-Asian Americans as a whole. This path started with a business card from a faculty mentor, which later led me to obtain a minor in Asian American Studies and solidify my interest in student affairs and higher education. And I have to say, I always carry a set of business cards knowing its importance to me when I was a young student, but also its potential importance for other persons today. Will I myself ever live up to the standards of that faculty member that reached out to me? Back then, I was sure of it. But then again, I was young, talented, cocky, and just plain straight up an egomaniac. It's true. Although in time I learned with age and the importance of patience, modesty, and humility. So if asked the question again today, will I myself ever live up to the standards of that faculty member that reached out to me? I would answer that I don't know. But I would say that I am committed in trying my best to do the right thing and produce positive results with the hope that my work, my team's work, translates to producing moral and educated young minds that will be able to try their very best and produce positive results in the next 5, 10, and 20 years as they become leaders of the world. With warmest regards, signed by Peter Van Noe. And P.S. Ultimately, since this is a note to the community, and since it is a public note, I feel free to hold me accountable by these very words.